The resource-based view of strategy is that a firm can create a competitive advantage within an industry either by using different resources than its competitors or by using its resources differently than its competitors. Profit differences within an industry support this view. Jack Welch said, if you don't have a competitive advantage, don't compete. A competitive advantage is important because it enables a firm to create more wealth in its target market than its competitors. A competitive advantage is what the firm does better than its competitors. A great business model puts a competitive advantage to work in the industry where it fits best. Warren Buffett one time said, in business, I look for economic castles protected by unbreachable moats. The castle is a metaphor for a company, and the moat represents a strong competitive advantage. Naturally, a wider moat offers more protection in the long run. Extending the competitive advantage is important because a firm is able to increase its profits by extending the advantage. As it creates more wealth for its customers than its competitors, it can capture more of that wealth. A firm can extend its competitive advantage two ways: make it bigger or use it in new ways in markets. Maintaining a competitive advantage is important because maintaining your advantage over the long haul is the key to earning economic profits over the long run. Without a moat around the competitive advantage, imitation, innovation, and entry by rivals will occur, and the competitive advantage will shrink until the firm can capture at most a normal profit. The comic from Dilbert illustrates the dilemma that firms face, or the challenge that firms face. He starts off, if customers hate our new product, we'll probably go out of business. If they love our new product, a stronger company will enter the space and drive us out of business. And I can't remember, his big-headed man says, tell the engineer to stop making me sad. And pointy-haired boss replies, I have some fake revenue projections to cheer you up. At least 5 barriers to entry exist. First, there could be a unique history. Alcoa, early in its time frame, had access to low-cost hydroelectric power, which gave it an advantage over firms that might try to enter the market and compete with it. De Beers has got long-standing contracts with diamond-producing companies. It's really diamond-producing countries is what it is. That has given them an advantage in the wholesale diamond market. Another barrier is when the link between the resources and the competitive advantage is ambiguous. If you can't figure out what's happening, it's hard to imitate it. Exactly what does Starbucks do that makes it such a popular enterprise for consumers? Social complexity and network effects. The more complex the social aspects are, it's similar. The more complex the social aspects are, the more difficult it is to imitate. Network effects occur when the value of being a customer increases as more and more customers exist for this firm. Why do you want to be on Facebook? Because everybody else is on Facebook. Well, how does a new company that may have a better social network than Facebook get started? The problem is getting people. If everybody joined up, it'd be better. But if nobody's joined up, it's worse, even though the software interface may be much, much better. Microsoft Windows was another example back in the day. Everybody wanted to use Microsoft Word because everybody used Microsoft Word, and it was easy to trade documents back and forth. Intangible assets. Intangible assets represent brand name capital and also patents. Finally, there's high switching cost. If customers have a hard time switching away from their incumbent firms to entrants, it makes the entrance job that much tougher. Frobe identifies 3 common ways to establish a competitive advantage. Low cost. That's the model I think that Walmart's trying to follow. Product differentiation. Before Frank Perdue came along, chicken was chicken. Well, Frank Perdue sold a better bird, as his motto was, it takes a tough man to make a tender bird. And now chicken wasn't chicken. There's Perdue chicken, and then there's these other inferior, lower quality birds that commanded a lower price. And finally, you can perhaps try to reduce the intensity of competition. Create a barrier. Licensing and as one example of a barrier to entry, firms might be able to create barriers either perhaps through some type of government regulation or other actions that make it difficult for new firms to enter.